Alright, good afternoon, or a similar time of a day, whatever happens to apply to your current premise. I'll do a quick quality check and then off we go for some proper games before other tasks require our attendance elsewhere. So there's no time to mumble or stumble or search for the correct wordings if we are to play a single game to begin with. In any case, hopefully you will all be enjoying your lives. Yes. For if there's something certain in this world, it is the fact that eventually all living must cease, and it's presumably that much more enjoyable if you have happened to enjoy yours before it's too late. Which is not to say that all hope is lost, because as we have learned from the sometimes even quite dull history lessons, people tend to speak and tell stories about their lives and the circumstances they have witnessed or heard about. So, should a single life cease to exist, it's still no issue, because we currently have a quite large potential for others to carry on spreading the word even after the fact. So that's nice. And one way to make yourself immortal then is to be a source of great stories that may not be totally truthful, although advisable. Any comedian knows that it's just starting point of a proper story, the truth, and then you can add some spices to that. That's also our official's guideline here on this stream. And Vovo is also a very polite person, because they know that this might be their last chance to make a word out of their name. So indeed, it's a very sunny but also very dark day. With lots and lots of enjoyment available, of course, lest us forget. Oh. Well, some sheep were lost that didn't have to, but there's no helping everyone. That is not our official motto, because we are very much hoping that people can be helped. Right, and then we could some misclicks here and there, but it's early days, so we will allow that. Also, we are friends with ourselves, so we will be very tolerable about any misplays. Alright. So if we had a chance to push all the deer, then presumably our Mongols opponent also has had a chance to do likewise, so it's time to get the sheep or the cow back home. Yes. What else? Tatars, we get hill bonus, that's nice. Flaming camels, right. Extra range for trebuchets, but we are not going to use that hopefully, because we will play feudal and surprise our opponent, as is our fond. Despite the fact that it's very difficult to pull that off, but that's what we are here to do, to practice. First and foremost, and second and third most, something else. Run. It was not required, but couldn't be helped. Alright. And then that, yes. And everything just works. We don't need houses, we need weapons. Right. Already walling right next, or house walling. So they probably have a hunch, at least about the way they could lose, which is by dropping some nasty archers over the walls. That's the easiest way to lose, for us at least, that is. Although I must remind myself that we have also managed to win a game against perhaps a more beginner sort of a player. But still, we are beginners ourselves, so hold on. Okay. Having a loom is very important because we are going to go forward eventually. Hopefully. We will see about that. And now what we would like to have is some gold indeed. Some stone. Yes. Very much required indeed. So this, that, and that. No. And we have been stuck there for quite some time, but that's alright. We can afford to give them some chance in this game. So that's theirs. And no, everything's very peaceful. So is there something we should be doing? An extra house, that's always a nice thing. Cannot have too many of those. Studying our specialties. Yes, fast gathering from... Ooh, well, that's not nice. Okay, let's go back home then. Few spears. Few extra. So they will be fast castling, that's quite certain at this stage. And we will surprise them with our crafty spearman play, since they think they are free to do whatever they will, but that is never the case. Few archers, that's clever. And what else? Ooh, well, that's too bad. All right. And usually, of course, there is very little reason. I don't know if there is any reasons. Could be that the amount of reasons to build any army during the feudal age is pretty much non-existent. So even the Mongols player losing a scout doesn't really affect them too much, because they can always build more once they reach the castle age. But it's this feeling of momentum that we are seeking here. Right. So we can't build enough farms because we have queued these archers. So our macro is slipping already. Usually you don't need that wheelbarrow either. There are very few things that people need ever, but since we are in no hurry, we can postpone this a bit. And this is also the first game of the day. That much we have learned from the Viper, so we can cut ourselves some slack. Ooh, alright, so what's the plan then? What are we doing? So let's... Oh no, we don't have enough anything. Oh, that's alright. Let's just get rid of that villager there. Then we could send these out as well. Some more villages would be nice. Of course they should have just walled those in, but you can't always know what to do and what would be the right play. So that's alright. And then we have more people here, so let's go there just to see if there's... We need more buildings. No, we don't. We need farms, so because all our farmers are here. Oops. Well. Hopefully their macro is slipping a bit as well. So siege workshop, that's good. We should be aiming to the next age soon enough. Destroying that castle by hand is not very clever thing to do. But well. Boring. It was a nice attempt still. Thank you for your time. So that was the first game of the day. Again. No. Let's meet at the ranked lobby. Thanks. Thanks for the rematch. Oh, thanks for asking. So they should have walled in the villagers. Well, I'll just have a quick rewatch of that. So Vovo has played some 400 games. Is that okay? Well, we have played half the amount of that. I'll call him in. Praising the community as they should, of course. And let's see if Hopsi Papeli can make it here in time to help with this. Alright, just a second. Would this work? I'm trying to adjust the readability of the chat, but it's going to be a trial and error, it seems. So we had a boring game because this feudal defense was enough. Let's see, does this work? Now? Seems that our capture rate is having a fit. So you can't just leave that running for a night and then expect it to work. Right. Unexpected error. Yes. That makes sense. Hold on now. Spectate. Again. Ah. Alright. Getting there. So they have a very nice looking, ooh, destroying walls and everything. They know. I don't usually mind doing that, but given this wood line here, instead of taking wood over here, which is still quite easily in reach, well, it's not too serious in this early phase of the game. I'll take my words back. But they are doing a similar kind of a thing. There's the risk of over chopping is quite large in this case. Not during the first minutes, but eventually. So what do we have here? If they still had this scout alive, that would have made it more difficult for us to surprise our opponent with the map presence, the archers and all. Alright, building against walls. That much we knew. Idle TC time a minute. Oh, so they were Spanish and not Mongols. Well, early days, first game of the day. But of course the playstyle is still very similar. So you will want to have a castle. And here's the archer. Now if they had the scout still alive, they could have just killed the archer with that. And now they don't know. I should have used that spear. If we have more of this army or not, but I was a little slow to react this. Pulling the villagers, and the house walls didn't quite go down. But it was close. And they could they had wood, so they could have built a market, some large structures to get enough security around there. But alright, so their macro is perhaps slipping a bit as well, because they don't have... Because I was worried that they could be adding additional town centers here, and that would have been difficult then, but luckily they were not doing that. And they've spent 26... so they would still get 400 or so stone back, but that's not enough for an additional castle. So that's why they didn't destroy this. Because I thought that would be the case, that they run here and then build a castle with better safety foundations. Another thing would have been to build stable. So this sort of makes sense. So since you will want to have some siege, but they should have built a stable, in my opinion. A knight would be enough to kill all the army that we have. But now they have lost already 8 villagers. And they are again contained within their walls, 9 villagers. And they don't have any army, because the army that they wanted was conquistadors and then mangonels. And that probably is boring, but they had resources for a few knights, so that was just misplay. Perhaps they realized that as well. But that's sad, because for me this was anything but boring. For once, this feudal age army paid itself off. Let's see. But this was also this worked because they didn't do the right calls. I don't think feudal age army should work on arena in general. It might just work because people are not expecting to have any resistance. So that's a bit mind gamey. But we got lucky that we got rid of the scout, because otherwise they could have postponed the castle for 30 seconds or a minute, full minute, build a stable and add few knights to secure this castle drop. And then our army would have achieved nothing, and we would have been in an ill position. Perhaps we could have still killed a villager or two, but I don't think we could have prevented the castle. And in retrospect, having the villagers here made sense, because if they tried to circle back to the castle foundation, they knew that we had the villagers ready for a melee combat, so there would be very little chance of getting the castle, or to get enough walls to build the castle in safety. But again, sending one knight to that group of villagers would have killed 5+ villagers from us, since we had no spears there. But they were a slower player, so perhaps they had just tried to focus on doing the right things. Alright, GG is in order, because this was a fun game. And first time ever we turned down a rematch request. Let's hope we will meet Wowo on the ladder at some stage again. Usually, so far I don't think I have had a rematch that wasn't tensioned, perhaps a bit electrified. Just a moment though. At least that's my initial hunch, that they have some sort of clever plan that they will want to, like, they want to destroy us with their clever build, and then it's instead of being sort of a relaxed rematch with friends, it's more of a type of I'll teach you a lesson, comeback, equalizer type of a battle, and I'm not too fond of that. And especially after a comment like boring, then I don't think if there was much for us to learn, or at least much for us to enjoy. Could be that I was wrong with that assumption, but okay, this time we could build our town center here. It's the perfect place. Dun ta da! And then after this you go there, after this you go there, after this you go there. Until stated otherwise. And now we get to play as Spanish against, I know these Bulgarians. Yes. So my short-term memory is still intact. Alright. Well, I was a bit late to that. The bad thing is that we are in the corner of the map, so in that sense it would have made sense to have our town center more here on the open. Perhaps we could have had some hunt too, but we are Spanish, so no worries. We will just wing it. Somehow it's going to work out just fine. Early farms and high hopes, and let's see if we could get that boar in. But if Yusan Baslama number 135 knows the game, then we might be in for a surprise. 340. Oop. So let's just concentrate on this. That's very good. Yes, it's very safe, and we like safe. And then what do we want to get? Do we even have any? Well, there's plenty of gold in the open, but map presence is what we need. So how are we planning on getting that? So after the sheep, you could go there, and after the boar, you could go there. Good. And then lumen up. 14 pop up, yes. Up. Even though there's a chance that we are not going to be able to pull it off. And it's actually 15 pop up. But well, then we will idle the town center for just some time. Oh. Alright. And second building, yes. It's going to have to be that. Oh no. We blew it. So we could have had few extra villages because we were lacking the building. My mistake. But we will get back to it right after these shortcomings. Alright. Then we will need a barracks. Yes. Because map presence, right? And then somehow things will just turn out somehow. Alright, let's see where they are then. Based on the score, they are doing great. And then they would expect us to aim for a fast castle, but we could instead try to play along feudal. That's probably a thing. I'm just hoping for our sake. We would need some stone, sorry, gold. I can't really see any gold besides. Well, that's not too. Okay, you could stay here. But you, very good. And then gold, we say, yes. Okay, so there's a barracks. And perhaps you could also get here. A nice looking base they have. Actually, let's upgrade our eco a bit. We would also like to get luckily they only had up a single villager there. And the other one is just heading down, alright. You could go there. And do we have enough for this? Up. And archer range, alright. So what do we do? An archer range of our own. Excellent idea. And then a few farms. Since we have already invested that idea, at least, that is. But then we could also switch to... Well, playing as archers would be nice, because Spanish archers are the worst. So it would be fun. Let's do it. We're also idling our eco perhaps a bit too much. But this is step, so isn't it exactly what's expected from us? Practicing the game, enjoying the life as it's presented to us. And there. Good. No. Let's see how they are doing down there then. Based on the walls, they could be aiming at fast castling, as is usually a clever thing to do. But let's see if they have something. Ooh, this is nice. So we will be fetching their archers down there, and then we will surprise them with our actual archer play. Although there's a higher than 0 chance that... Hello? Okay, so the castle age is happening. In we go. Hello, hello. There's an archer there. Oh, yes. This is the greatest day of my life. So we will be building Spanish archers. And then just few other units to support them. Great value. Okay, and then here we go. Let's see if the archer is still there. That could be the case, but you never know. And then how much is it? Not too much. So we can make it work. Alright. And now we could use some extra people working on various industries. What? What? Oh no. How is that possible? Run! We have been spotted. And then we could also probably just run down there. Too bad we don't have too much room, but that's alright. Can make something work. We will just work our... So it's a counter attack. No, it's not. And there you go. But at least we got to play this feudal aggress. Ooh, we are in. That's nice. And they are focusing elsewhere, so that's alright. Let's see if we can sneak past that. Not watching. Nice micro here, sorry, not macro. Although that was probably quite nice as well. Alright. And their reinforcements are dying, so that's good. Alright. Too bad we don't have too many farmers, but it's just a matter of time that we do. Away we go. Okay, so the only thing we need now is a market. So let's build it. Let's build it fast. And we are on the wrong side of the forest, but that's alright. We will just walk past. Don't you mind us? And then it's time to sell ourselves to the castle age. Oops. No? Since we have the buildings and everything. Alright, and in you go. Hop! That wasn't the greatest, but we can afford to lose few villages here and there. Goodbye. Now what do we do upon reaching the next age? We will enjoy the life. That's a given. But what do we do about them? It's a great place for a farm. We could afford to use that as well. It's a little bit too packed, perhaps. A few houses would be nice. That's alright when it comes to the positioning. Oh no, they're coming back. That's no farm. And okay, let's just... No. Ooh! Ooh, and they even managed to kill someone. So, Castle Age, we have a plenty. Perhaps we will just build a stable then. There you go. And then a few extra villagers. And in you go. No. Okay. Well, something had to be done, so why not? And then we could have this here. And what else? Back to the farms we go. Should have gotten ourselves a knight, but upgrades are also very important. Bye. And then where else could we have something worth, something of worthy? Right? Oh, but we could use some farms, that's right. Boop, boop, boom. And then we could go there. Let's just see what happens. A few farmers. Ooh. Let's just have 1,000 there. It's as good a place as any. Oops. Here you go. Goodbye. We would like to get some additional. Well. Let's see if we could get rid of those. Villagers. Nice castle. Right, and then we could just move here, for example. Well, this castle was perhaps a bit too forwardish, but that's alright. Now the only thing we need is huge amount of farms. All right. Then we will need some more stone and some more farms, and it's our game again. Where do we get extra? That's a very good town center if I ever saw one. And then we need some wood. Sorry, food. What's happening here? Nothing is happening. All right. It's 75. Well, we can afford to produce it eventually. And we need more villages on multiple places. Right? So a conquistador, sure. And the game continues. It's still alive. That was a huge investment that produced nothing. So perhaps they don't know how to play the game and we have a chance. Well, that's a bold thing to say after playing like we did, but like you get the idea. Right, so there's the next wave. Ooh. Stay there, and then here we go. Goodbye, everyone. It was a blast. So, what do we have over there? Could we build something over there then? That was the question. Ooh, you are also alive still. That's great. Na 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 na. Right, so let's go pay them a visit. No, no, do, 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 do. That's a no issue. Of course, now we have plenty of gold, but very little other things. So that's Imperial Age, that's cool. Oh, we need more wood. Right, well now we know that there's gold if you need any. Do we care about that? Not probably, no we don't. So we can always just move back. We have 1000 gold. That's a lot. So there we go. Oop. And ooh. What are we doing here then? Go pay a visit. Perhaps a few stables and a house. We are going to need more houses probably. Well, there's time and place for everything. Oops. That's not great. It's terrible. We have almost lost the game. So what is our way of getting back to this? we may not have any. Since we only have 50 units alive. Well, where there's a will, there's a mill. There you go. Few houses still there. A blacksmith would be required. But they're also adding Townsenders, so it could be that we have finally lost a little edge that we had. Conics and everything. It's probably not too fair to say that we had much of an edge to begin with, but go. So 1 monk should be enough. Few more houses and then there we go. Well, there's no way back. GG. Thank you for your time. No way beating Ukan Bazlama with the way we played the game. But we did all the right moves, so it was just their superiority. That was enough to pull this off. So we should have probably respected again. Here they are adding the villagers, but we never had a... Well, this... Perhaps we didn't have to play this for as long as we did, because... our macro was a bit bad to begin with. Okay, so a Townsender here would have made more sense. I'll try to remember the next time that it's not a good idea to build against the wall or the edge and then not win the map map control, because here they just build it right where it was. That's probably the way, like, it's more important. I've mentioned this before, and it's a sad thing about any nomad type of map, that the initial location of the Townsender doesn't matter as much as I think it could, should, and be, because it's more important to get the villagers out. There could be a mechanism, for example, perhaps that the Townsender would, the villagers would already start queuing the moment you drop into the game, and once you build the Townsender, you all the players would get enough, also equal amount of villagers as if they had just started building the Townsender right away. So what I mean is that here, let's see, so they have few more villagers and now they have army with all the great upgrades. So perhaps we could have built a tower here, for example, to thwart this aggression of then it would have made sense as well to build some stable units, why not? But now, since we couldn't really boom behind the safety of the Townsender, this approach was really ill-advised. Instead, if we had built a Townsender here on this stone mines, we could have built a tower there, and then that would have been a safe back corner for us. But in any case, what I'm trying to say is, if I move around the map looking for a suitable placement for the town center, and it takes me a minute, it would be nice if once I complete the town center I would get 2 villagers. Approximately 2 villagers if one villager takes 30 seconds to produce, so that the penalty, this moving around trying to find a perfect placement for the town center, that wouldn't be as huge a penalty as it currently is. Or if it's not a penalty, then for some reason people don't understand that, and that's what we are here trying to find out then on these nomad stats. See if we can think twice about the placement of the towns. We could have spent few seconds roaming around the map instead of building right next to the corner. Because we got right away pushed away from cold and from stone. We don't have room for farming, so this is a GG moment here. We can't produce, or we could produce, but I'm not producing because we still have resources. We could have produced some horse cavalry or cavalry archers, for example, and we could have run away and tried to do some sneaky aggression things. We could have catched these villagers, for example. But now they think they have us cornered, and we are, most certainly. Then again, I'm thinking, should we have just dropped a castle here? They have archers around, but if we sent all the villagers that we had, since the army is over here. Well, don't know. But we were a little hesitant about this, like moving units left and right. And here they are constantly queuing more villagers. We are not. In this we were losing so much because we didn't build the castle in a more safe position. Also, we didn't need to pull all these villagers back, but well. So here we are losing what, 3, 5, not 10. Well, could have lost 10 villagers as well, and could have GG'd after this because our villager count is it doesn't look healthy anymore. All right, and then it's just. Well, yeah, but so they are just starting this boom play of their own. So we could have also destroyed these farms, but I forgot about those. And here I was thinking that we had a chance, since throwing away rams like that is not a very clever thing to do, but and we are slowly getting back to the numbers, so they are somewhat on a timer because we have the Spanish superior eco on all fronts. If only we had any army. Well, okay, so things weren't, they were bad, but they weren't as bad as they felt. So few adjustments here and there need to be taken better care of in the future. That is nice. Feudal archers still 22 alive, and I don't think like Bulgarian. So they are also, ooh. So they are like Spanish, so they don't get better archers. That's great. So we were both mind gaming each others then. Let's see. Could have been that was a reaction to the hold on now. To the Men-at-Arms opening, but don't know. They have had few step games with Bulgarians, so, and also Vikings after the previous one, which they lost. No, it was Arabia, so they won on step against us, and then they won Bulgarians on Arabia, yes, and then Byzantines on step. I know how to read these graphs. Since first is map, yes. Unbeatable. That's not actually correct, but in any case, so the macro slips here and there that prevented us from producing, and then the army composition that we did produce that left a little that was a bit lacking, yes, but they weren't fast player either, so, or they didn't have to play as fast as they could have. Perhaps that explains the walls and losing the rams and things like that. But we weren't able to punish them from for their somewhat slowness. So goes to show that it's the tactics and the game sense and not just the swiftness. Let's see. So after a clever arena game, we had a worrisome step one. Where we were taught a lesson. Although that's what we are supposed to do. I wonder if we ever are going to reach any higher levels of game, and if it's still possible to play in this fashion. Samix says you too, and of course we will be doing our best. Let's see how it goes. Ooh, a sheep, and again we are on the we are close to the edge of the map, but we are not cornered right away. So if we were to play the map again, and or if someone else was to play that previous map again with the idea of getting the most out of Spanish, then presumably building the town center right next to the stone mine would be a clever move, somewhat more forward, and it would be good for us to remember to secure enough space so we can fall back if we are not feeling like building an army, because that's what we need if we are to succeed under the pressure. We need space, and that we were not granting ourselves. Also, since we were lacking the resources or the access to resources, it would also have made sense to rely on the market before we were floating 2000 wood. since we could have clicked ourselves up a bit faster. Or thought about some other options that we might have had at that moment. So have we found everything? This cold stone main code is very secure, that's nice. But oh, and there's the third gold. We have stone and stone. Yes. Ops. Well, practice games and all. So here's the deer that we are leaving to be. So main goal is safe, but the other resources are a bit out in the open. But we are Italians against Magyars, right? So scouts from them. Just a hunch. And nothing from us, but we could produce this anti-cavalry Genoese crossbowmen during the game. Perhaps. Let's go left. More houses. And then a few more villagers. This fast feudal approach sort of course paid off, but we didn't have too much resources to make too much out from that, so we didn't actually benefit from the feudal age. That was supposed to be a mind game, but ended up being death by slow reactions. So slow motion death instead. Ooh, so everything's cheaper. So 425. Oh, the age advancement is cheaper. Right. Gunpowder is cheaper, which is nice, but not necessarily a mandatory thing. Can we go in there? Oh, close by. Up. Right. Very good. Why are you... Okay. Well, something had to be done. And up we go, and we haven't scouted too much. Right. So you could kill that. Sure. And then after this, you go there. After this, you go there, and we will be heavy farmers. Few villages, a loom, and that's their goal, presumably. So a barracks. Actually, we could have a double barracks play. A house, why not? Then you go there. You're going to need some gold. Oh. Oh no. Alright, back home we go. And then we don't have a loom. So let's rush that instead. Well, if you also hit something, it would be nice, but that's alright. Lucky catch. produce that instead. And then some farms and we don't necessarily need as many farms, but it never hurts, so. Alright, so we don't know where they are, but we are expecting that they could be there, so let's... I'm around. Ooh! Great timing. Oh. Well. Kill that and get back there then. And then we would like to get more people. You could go there because they are circling back. And huh. Hop. Yeah, well, perhaps you could have. Nasty regrouping. What can you do? You will go back there, or actually you go there. You go there, few more villagers. And we have lost a villager, but only 1, 2. Well, not too many villagers have been lost in the process, so. Let's go see what they are doing over here. Oops. Walls. That's dull, but that also means that they are getting to the next age. Hop. Any day now. Yeah. Alright. And just keep on producing. They should be reaching Castle Age soon. Hopsy Papali having lots of GGs. Yes, we have won one and lost 1, 2. I think. But GG moments we have had, yes. Rough games of multiple sorts. Thanks for asking. Well, the greatest thing was that we won an arena game with Feudal Age, or during Feudal Age, by preventing our opponent from... Ooh. Hello, hello. Let's go there. You could go there as well. We'll take care of that. You will take care of that, and that's it then. Crisis averted. But yes, as I was saying, we had a chance to stop our opponent from approaching with the castle drop. That was the greatest day of my life. Again, I don't know if you can believe that, but it was very nice. Na 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 na. And let's just go there and make something happen. But the games haven't been too easy. So you can deduce that from the fact that I can't remember how many games I've played. So it's been very rough. Ah, what a great find. And now we are doing the Italians' ordinary recipe of just, let's go there again, overwhelming our opponent with infantry. The common story. Despite the fact that they should be getting to the next age quite soon. Last time I said that our opponent was already there, so start with this and hope that we will lose some. Yes, yes we will. Good. And then houses any day now. Ah, and there's the castle age, where more potent units are again available for our opponent. Perhaps we could send few. Let's make few spears just in case, because there is a chance that they will show up with some knights. Ooh, where are those guys going? Oh, it's just passing. Alright. Huh, alright. I was worried for a while, but no reason. Okay, let's carry on doing this. You will go there. We might need some more wood, it seems. And you come here. So we have lost some, but we have also killed some, which is great. And few spears to defend, and then let's see what happens. You could be a few houses and there, house and there. Good. Ooh, so what's this now? A group of knights. Nice split. And let's kill whoever that. Alright, so that was nice and all, but it's time for us to build a second building. So what's that? A stable, yes. One more villager and few spears, since they are coming, presumably. And up we go. Nice. On the right, after saying that, they hit from the other direction. Hello, hello. So we are lacking the fletching, but back to work. You could go there as well. And we could produce this. And back to work, everyone. Good. Okay. And then we will get to see how this goes. What about here? Everything's fine? Hello. No. On this side instead. Alright. Perhaps I misclicked this a bit, but that's how the game is sometimes played. So we will want to get a single... Oh, that's a nice cleanup. Let's hope we won. Here. Okay. Some more villagers. There. And let's carry on with the good pikeman line. Since we are Italians. Hopsi Paveli, sounds unbelievable, I believe. Yes, thank you. I didn't get that alarm. Hello. Nice group of knights you have there. And then we could probably just produce all sorts of nice... Oh, but you are late. Oh, you are in the wrong place. Hello, hello. And good. Okay, and then more potent units. Yes. Oh, the Magyars. Let's just go see how their army looks like. Could be that they are just booming behind this. It would make sense. And we know the terminology. You could be farmers, but we don't have food. Makes sense. That was a lion. Oh. We will just have to believe, and the wood will come. Okay, so one more. And upgrades. I don't know if we have too much time for this actually, but let's enjoy this while it lasts. So they have few. Few townsenders here and there. Alright. And then okay. So we will just try to produce this infantry army because it's fun, and then we will see how that goes. Usually it's not too great of strategy, but now it mightn't be usually. So let's see. We may have lost something there. More farms. Perhaps this would be nice as well. More houses. All sorts of things we need. Oh, the buildings go down so fast. Yeah, happy. But the armor would be nice, but that we are lacking. So that's the reason if you see the units smelting, it's because we are lacking the armor, because we need more people on gold. It's like we have sent all these to do something meaningless. Few people could go there. It's very good. Then we could take some stone, but this is little... Well, it doesn't feel safe with all the knights. That's what I'm trying to say. And then... few extra houses. Few extra farms. We might still have, if not superior, but at least a good enough fish eco, but let's see if we could get some stone to build a fourth town center and then secure just enough time. Oh, the knights are probably out. Oh, the knights are there. Even healing them? Oh, that's cute. Okay. So let's hurry with this. Since we would like to have a town center up and running before the knights appear. Boop, 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 boom. Right, there it is. And good. And some more units. And perhaps siege workshop eventually too. But first we will surprise them with our clever attack. Well, that was a bad encounter for them. Of course, we are also lacking some of the upgrades we could have, but that's no issue. We trust our process. Some farms like this, and you could go there. Coal mining upgrade would be nice eventually. Okay, and this time we will go here in this pocket. Since we have learned a thing or two in the past, okay, let's just go. Ooh, a defensive castle. That's fun. Oh, okay. Let's just carry on with the way that we thought earlier. Few siege workshops and few extra houses, actually. Yes. Let's not go there. More barracks. A castle of our own. So the Imperial Age is happening soon. So let's have a defensive castle. Because why else would they be producing a castle, for example? Makes no sense. So that's the reason. We have wasted some resources here. Let's make a cunning move to their flank. And then a university looks like this that we will want to have. And then you would go there. there. And are we ready to click up now? Yes, hopefully. Alright, because of the castle. That's right. Okay. And then we get the crossbowman. So this is great. Like, doesn't happen all too often. Ah, what a great timing. Hello. How do we do? Don't you mind about dying? That's the cost of living sometimes. Now the army is back. So we could... Oh, but this is going to be a very dull game unless we produce what? Something fast to circumvent around the issue. So there's a huge number of fast cavalry units, yes, and a few rams for the sake of it, you know, to make a statement. And then you could be a farmer, you as well. And you could build us some extra houses. And then more stone from there. Ooh, okay. So fighting under the castles we are. Alright. Then let's just carry on with the infantry. Play to a point, but then surprise them with this clever hussar move. Yes. Since that is the way the game is played sometimes. A defensive castle, yeah, as good as any. And oh, that's the gather point. Yeah, you realize. Oh, there. And these are working like Santos units. And now I queued all the resources. That's not great. And the hussar is still so unreachable for us. Well, actually, you could build this. And so 600 gold. If everyone chips in just a little. So the clever plan that we have is to challenge them from the front, and then I don't know if we can make this happen. Let's try. We have quite a few villagers, so I don't know if we should be afraid of losing few. So we will push them from the front, and then ooh, they are trying to do likewise. And then we will simultaneously go to the side. It's great. Still lacking some upgrades, but what can you do? Even the monk there doing the work. That's neat. And then we... ooh! Well, we will get some additional units, no worries. And here we are. Hello, hello. The timing wasn't the greatest, but it was alrightish. So what? Okay, well, this is the worst. First time I've seen this. Is it? Could be. Alright, and then there we go. Some more cavalry, some more units of any sorts. Could have also timed the push in such a fashion that we would have had the ram push happening now when they are disturbed by this. But next time we'll know better, so no worries, people. We have learned our lesson. Food. Okay, so let's go there. So there's still things are still happening over here. All right. And what about the rams? Oh, the wood, right. That's probably that. Let's go there again. No, 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 no. It seems that their idea of the future of the game is to just postpone this for as long as it takes, and we applaud that choice, even if we are not too huge fans of it ourselves. But right, and through we go. And then the next wave could probably just go in there. Actually, let's have a look, just in case. Alright. So goodbye trebuchet. And I think this should be nearing a game now that they don't have too much. Ooh, we also have a position under. Ooh, and we didn't have the. Okay, first we will take that. You could go there, destroy. Yes. All right, and then more horses are required as always. Well, this is a really chill game. Just enjoying the life. And killing villagers. Acting in a tactical manner. Hello, how are you doing, dear villagers? Well, you didn't get to kill too many of those, but let that be a lesson for us. And paladin, perhaps one day. There are resources here. Don't know if we can have them, but okay. We've evolved out the relic, which is a statement if I ever saw one. Oh no, murder holes. My dearest opponent. Alright, and then in we go. We could help a bit. More castles, more walls. Aiming for the long game. And then the cavalry is here. Castle gets denied, but they have more. Perhaps we could produce this cool looking unit ourselves. Defensive castle for what? Let's have it here. And you could get some wood over there. And let's go back there. So they are just up approaching this game in a more defense manner perhaps than we are. Ooh, a raid? That would be terrible. If it wasn't for the fact that we don't really care about these too much. But well, let that be a lesson for us in any case. Meanwhile, some units are lost, but aren't they always? Ooh, so extra armor, yes, elite condottieri. That's what we need. Some bombard cannons. Now raiding happening in the back of our base, just where we are the weakest. And do we react to that? To a point we do, yes. Let's have a few units here too, because there's always a chance of losing the game, since clearly they are still in it and we must carry on producing units ourselves. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Right, and then that's that. And some more villages and farms, why not? Need help here. Architecture, yes. And some pikes. 113. Ah. Still killing. Not nice. Would help a bit and then come here. Right? What about you? Just go there. There. Up. There. Through the gate. And you would go, or actually, a few extra farmers, you go back to work. You too. And yes, Hussar. I thought we were housed at some point, and perhaps we should have carried on producing even after that point. Let's do some back to the safety. Well, losing those cannons wasn't the greatest, but everything can't always be avoided. So that's a lesson. Alright. So let's kill those and accept the fact that the game might take a while still, since they are in no... doesn't seem like they are very fond of giving up. Few more of these. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, please. Hello, thank you. There you go. You could go there. Oh. So nothing happening at our base, no. Okay. Then in we go. Let's go there. Ooh. Some people are slacking. Which is alright. So these are the sort of things that would have been nice. So let's produce some skirmishers. Just to get some ranged units on the field too. Let's not fight against that. Instead, round around. Hello, hello. Even walling that. That's so cute. We need the walls, lest we will die. That's a way to play a game. Alright, and then more cannons, more farms, and more horses. Perhaps we could send a few units here too. And let's just go there again. And then in we go. Hello. So they must be short on gold. Perhaps we will be as well eventually. But for now, I think the major difference maker is the farming eco. They can't have too many farmers alive. 2 gold minus here. Let's go have a look at that. Oh, all right. So that's fun. Okay, and then in we go. So we could just stay there, and it would be great. Ooh, have the trebuchet been there for long? Don't know. But the barracks has given in. In we go. Let's see what they have there. Nice try. And we are housed again. Perhaps now they are considering their options. Just go there. And more anything, right? Although we have a nice amount of... And stone walls, yes. Hopsi Babeli, nice looking city coming up. Might have been a while when you said that. What can men do against such reckless hate? Poetry is always an option. Thanks for the intensive game. Alright, so these barracks are to prevent the raids. So to get some spears out. But very odd game for me, says Semix. How come? But yes, indeed it is nice looking. I can't zoom in anymore or zoom out. But indeed a very nice looking. This is my brain was just overwhelmed. Oh, I understand. I think you had a good setup, but first that explains it. Overwhelmness. Well played as well. Until we meet again.
Yes.
Alright, Semix, a newest friend of ours. And the good thing is that there are other people besides Santtu who sometimes can feel a bit overwhelmed during the games. So let that be an inspirational story for him, that there is still room for players even if they get overwhelmed from time to time. But let's see. I think had they been able to keep up with the night production without losing too many of those, and if they could have decided where the battle took place, then yes. That might have been a more typical Magyar's game then. Now that I've faced Magyars 3 times in my career, so I'll have a hunch. But after the first after the first raids with scouts and knights, did we have knights in our base? Well, that tells you about this the amount of brain power that I have put into the game. But can't really remember details. But I think that the raiding stopped when they should have kept on doing that. But this is also very odd because they had the archery ranges for skirmishers, right? So when I'm fighting with infantry only, so there's spears and there are men at arms or militia line. What ended up happening was that they have skirmishers and then they have the knights running back and forth, and scouts before that. The scouts cleaning the men at arms, as they do, and then trying to dance around the spears. And then the skirmishers will take care of the spears eventually. But since they had the archer range, they could have just produced few archers, because archers and skirmishers are not too great unit composition, but since I'm only throwing barracks units at their way, they could have complemented very easily or very nicely against that threat. And then having few groups of those in their base, they could have raided with their horses. This is the only scout that we showed during the first hour or so. So here, skirmishers. I get it that Magyars, they probably don't excel at archer play, but when it comes to adjusting, which is something that we are trying to practice ourselves eventually, even though we are not adjusting too much to what they are doing, it's just throwing these men at arms. But here, like if they had 3 skirmishers and 3 archers, they could kill all this without having to micro, like they are now forced to do, more or less. And if only we had men at arms here and the spearmen there, but since they have the archer range, they could be producing few archers. They have the resources for that, so it could be that this is the brain overwhelmingness of the situation. Speaking here. But the raids haven't been too... Oh yeah, this is a stay put movement. Hide behind the barracks. So villages kills are 3-1. We are an 8 behind and few villages behind. But they can't build... Oh well, test the second 1000. Alright. And then there was a market, second market to block. Oh, and that's where the resources went. Okay. Could have been a third town center as well, or a few farms, or a few archers. But still, they aren't producing. Well, they never did fletching either. So they are floating resources. So they could afford, if they didn't insist on carrying on with their plan of producing huge number of knights from 2 stables, they could have built 2 archers to help against this. Now it's, of course, no longer an issue. Here we are just passing. And we are going to lose some. Already 19 kills for this. We got a nice catch here on the follow-up groups. Only 5 kills already. And have lost 2 villagers if I'm keeping count. So we had 1 earlier. And then the knights are forced back. Now this will also be cleaned, since we are focusing on the stable and not the army. But that forced a third stable when they only have 8 farms or 8 farmers. We have already doubled of that. So they didn't... Like, their castle age advantage is here in their base currently, and they have killed 2 villagers. When all our eco was more or less vulnerable during the time when we only had a chance to have 1000er. And then when they arrived, there is already a group of pikemen. So perhaps the timing, like difficulty in timing their moves is what made this game so overwhelming. Because this should have been this, I think, the setup right after reaching Castle Age. 3000ers and adding farms. Instead they had this defensive this blocking attempt of a market. This second town center was harassed because there was a raiding happening. And then the third one was delayed because they didn't have wood for that. And also they had the third stable and they can't produce from any of those. So they don't actually need 3 stables, they don't need a stable at all. Elite skirmishers, not really something you will want to research, but makes sense against these pikes, but few knights could kill few pikes, so we have double the amount of farms or farming eco at this stage as well. Okay, but this is because if this was like they had reached Castle Age a minute ago, there are already 2000ers farms going down, villagers in the queue coming up next, and I only now would arrive with my Feudal Age army or just upgraded Castle Age army. This would look and feel really grim. But now that I had seen the knights running back and forth so many times, there's a nice job keeping these alive and now healing, but these should be raiding instead of staying home and getting healed. So this is just a waste of time, in my opinion, because we have, like, this is somewhat secure, yes, but not all of those villages can fit into these buildings. Well, at least they can't know how many defensive units we have. And now they have 15 knights they're also lacking armor upgrades, so... Yeah, so perhaps their game was a bit off. Not going according to the plan, that is. Floating 1k wood before turning that into farms. And now healing all the knights and just hitting this group of spears right away. Of course they still will get a clean up using the heal bonus and all, but they still lost what, 3 knights and are again wasting a minute healing those up when they should be pushing forward, because we have been really wasteful and we don't have enough barracks for this type of play we are trying to pull off here. And here comes the more defensive castle than would be good, really. Like if the castle was here, it would be okay. But now this just prolongs the game. But perhaps they were feeling good in their situation. They have the score lead because they have killed some 5,000 perhaps worth of units from us. And they got the castle down and they're slowly getting into their rhythm. But we already have 20 more villagers, of which they are not aware of. Ooh. We were really sneaky, but they were sneaky air. And that's why you patrol. And then we hit the villagers. Building a castle, but still only 16 villager kills. Like, I felt more confident in this situation than I should have. Now they're getting the upgrades as well. Bloodlines, finally. And we're just waiting for them to do the move. But again, healing, which is a nice thing to do. But I think they should be the aggressive one. Although I know things that they don't. They are still doing these castle age upgrades when we are already getting to the next age ourselves. So I don't know if they are thinking about stabilizing, but if they just manage to lengthen the game a bit, they can take it from here. I don't know. It's this wastefulness of ours that has kept them in the game, I think. Like pushing against this position here, and it's only after we start spreading the focus. And here's the ill-timed. But well, then even still we got some kills, so it's alright. But this is where the real action happens. And all of a sudden they lose. But 10-20 villagers, some idle time. But next time I'll time this a little differently, perhaps. So that when the group of horses goes in, we will send the rams in. Even this house wall doesn't last too long. Note to self. And they are down to 50 villagers. So now this is approaching a GG. But they don't know about our town. Well, they should know that we have farms. And somehow we have been able to produce. But since we haven't done this typical trebuchet push, they could expect that we don't have castles. Have they seen any? No. So they could expect that if we had castles, we would have trebuchets, and instead we are throwing all these rams away. And now the castles are shown. And they are down to 30 villagers. So they have this group of cavalier and yes, and the reason they are in the game, okay, so they have 3 cavalier, but producing more villagers, so they are reacting promptly to this. Oopsie. Losing some units, the castle fire, that happens. No one's perfect. But their recoveries, or at least this recovery attempt, is really nice. It's just too bad that they are constantly losing the villagers that they have paid dearly to produce. When they are using this little number of heavy cavalry that they have, they are using it really nicely, in my opinion, since they are able to clean our raids here and there. And the problem and the reason why they have the walls is because they can't be constantly everywhere with the cavalry, so they're trying to get this bottleneck where the castles are and then push it from here. But of course it's very difficult. So we did a good job there, flanking and raiding and forcing the issue. What can men do against such reckless hate? Oh. So much death. So that's from Lothar then? Yes. My knowledge, my common knowledge failed me at that. Alright, let's carry on and see if we can. 4 villagers left. 4 poor villagers left. See if we can still pull off a game or even 2. Nice looking city. But first, just a 5-minute break, so I'll have a chance to get some coffee right next to me at least. Be back in a quickest bit. Dum, 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 dum. And we are back-ish. Perhaps. Works. And that's ready. Fun thing is that we have made some friends during our journeys by this playstyle. Could be that we have made more friends with different playstyles, but sorry. Just verified a thing. But in any case, the fun thing has been that we have made a few friends that have complemented our play style. So perhaps there is room for us in this world. The previous time we played Land Nomad, we were against... Ooh, nice logo. So perhaps this is a doable spot. That, here, there. Indecisiveness. Alright, let's make it so. Well, actually, let's try to scout a bit more than we did the previous time, because we were playing against whom? Who had a plan. And they overwhelmed us with it eventually. This time we are persons and our town centers work faster, so that's alright. Oh, a terrible spot. Doop, 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 doop. How could we end up there? It makes very little sense, but we did. We are against Hans, right? So... Oh no. Okay, well... Let's enjoy that while it lasts. So all this extra idle time produced us nothing. Sorry, one sheep, that's alright. And because of that, scouting our goose was late, so we couldn't really benefit from its existence. But luckily we have a faster working town center, so we will catch up. Just give us some time and we will. But the risky thing is that Hans may show up with scouts and other fast horses faster than we can get the next age, so That's always risky. A risk we must adjust ourselves to. Additional house, sure, why not? Oh, actually, there instead. Few more villagers and we will just wing it. At least this time we have more forward town center than in the previous game on Nomad type of a map, so we will have room to run. Oh, if only we had a villager. So you are our extra. Go there and get those. And then get back here. Yes, yes, yes. We can afford this. Barely, but still. And you will go there. Second trip. And you might... Ooh. Oh, it was totally worth it. Now that we have room. Right, follow me. Dear piggy. Oh, actually. No. Oh. Sorry. Misplace here and there. Ah, yes. Somehow things will just work out just somehow, but not nicely. Never. Okay. So what next? Few extra villagers. Ooh. And then up we go. Da. Now Huns get the horse in the start, so that gives them some edge for this geese hunt that we are not really having. Instead of that, we have wasted quite some time building all sorts of maps of our whereabouts and nearby surroundings. We haven't found too much, I don't think. Here's the horse. Alright. That was worth it. Oh, and the pig. And off you go. There and there. Oh. Just in case, since I'm not keeping count. Then you would go there. Now what do we do? Few militia, because we always have time for that. We must. And then we will need a plan. We will have nice big persons, is very great. So the previous time we had a similar plan and it failed. But why was it? Because we wasted too much time on the feudal age, presumably. So do we have berries anywhere? No. But we have some hunt we could take, but then again, let's just prepare a meal so we can get better farms soon. Is this enough? Eventually it's going to be enough. So okay, so one more villager and then we go. So producing these could have been a misplay. One more boar. Still there. soon. There you go. Nothing's never enough. Okay, now, finally. Took us a while, and the problem is that they might be up before we have a chance to... Ooh, let's take those. And hope for the best. But since they didn't react to this, here, this town center fire too fast either, there's a chance that they are not the fastest player ever on other fronts either, and then we will have nice moves. Some edge. But this could also mean that they are trying to attempt a fast castle, knowing the distance between us, since we don't know about them too well. We know very little about them, to be exact. So let's do all these upgrades, yes. And then some men-at-arms are going to be... Ooh, you get that, and then you will go there. Still hiding from us. Well, nice looking base we have. So that's something. So more. So their horse has not been here. Oh! Alright. Let's go pay a visit if possible. That's why you need to patrol. Lesson learned. More wood. Okay. And then we could patrol there. Oh! You could have also watched what's happening. Nice color they have. Up. And then a few more farms. Like this. Why not? Ah! Oh, and we missed that. That's too sad. Perhaps you could help your fellow citizens a bit. Okay. So the plan was that we will have something go there and go there. Good. Hello. Let's take that first. And there you go. That is a risky farm placement. Unless they have brought that in, of course. So let's try See if we can build more without blocking ourselves too much. Oh, that's a start. There you go, and there you go as well. And let's just keep on producing archers, because we could get the trash bows, as they are called. That's great. Dun, 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 dun. Hello. Double staples. Oh, that's the most terrible outcome for them. Alright, let's build a few archers and postpone our age up time a bit. They are running away, that's alright. Saved by a knight. Alright, and then perhaps it's time to aim to the next age. Oh, there's a geese still. Because if we are able, we could try to sneak in here. Like this. At least they've lost some resources building those farms and mills and what have you. And we could probably send some units left and right to slow to react to some things. That much is a given. That farm is empty. Against knights, double archer range production isn't the greatest, but it's not the worst either. Few scouts still out on the field. Alright. And the amount of them alive is decreasing. So what happens next is they will be heading our way, and with the help of just a few archers we are trying to stop them from overwhelming us. Let's make just a few spears as well, just in case. Alright, so some villagers lost. Alright. Let's go there instead. We don't really need this. We need farms, so let's do that soon enough. Or some extra gold miners. Doop, doop, doop. Hello. Alright, we may have lost some units there as well. So the plan is to get a town center here to get some gold. Another one there to get some. Perhaps here. You could help as well. Some upgrades would be nice. Perhaps a crossbow would. Oh, 15,000 stables. Oh no! And then they are just trying to overwhelm us by spamming the units from all the different corners of the world. But well, we don't really need that as much. Alright, back to work. So we were lacking a few units, perhaps. Some upgrades could be, but the basic idea was sound. Hello? So that's it then. Few spears. Ooh, nice find. There you go. We need more wood. So we have too many farms. Who knew? Perhaps save that for a while. And town center there. Could be you. I'll have a risky mission for you. Let's move a few units out there. Ah, they are walling and everything. So they have lost some units. Oh, nice scouting there. And we might have been just in time. Let's see. So you could scout there. You could go there. Perhaps we could send few of you there as well. Few more spears and then houses. Farms, and we know the drill. We could probably afford to lose a few units. Let's see how their map presence look like. Okay. So this could be a long one. Oh, hello. No, let's just go there and back to work. Luckily it was not synced in any form or fashion. And then we could build this, and then this, and then we could go there. Back to work. Just passing. Don't know where. Oh, they are going down there, right? Okay, it's alright. So ballistics would be nice, and then what do we need? A monastery. Yes. And then we go. Where was it? Here? Here? Okay. Walls. Makes sense. So, meanwhile, let's produce extra units for ourselves too. So perhaps few extra barracks and few extra ranges and well decided gathering points. Okay. There we go. Huh. And then once we get the castle, we could produce. Ooh, more walls. Good, good. That's the way you do it. It's a wasteful fight, but yeah. So a castle, and then we will have trespass, and we will have 1,500,000 of them, and that's the core of our force. Then, where do we get more stone from? Well, here's stone, but we would need more towns, and as for that, I am afraid. Oh well, let's see. So they have been building up a force to reckon with 400, 300. We don't have quite the required amount of people doing actual work. Important work of coal mining. Alright, and then we could the town there, cause why not? 300 gold. This doesn't cost gold. That's good. These doesn't or don't cost gold either. But we need also 400 food. So we are now both building our late game forces. And there you go. Right, and then just trash bows and some upgrades for those soon. Some extra visibility because our composition is going to be that much slower comparing to theirs. And you help your friends by doing that. And then we will need more. We are seeing nothing, so is it because they are doing nothing? I highly doubt that. 600 gold. So where is it then? Chemistry. It's gonna take forever, but see how things are progressing over there then. Still only 97 villagers. castle here just to save our... Just a second, let's build it here instead. Well, that was a timing. And then... Up, in you go, please. So let's forget about that for a while. And then send some of the archers back home. Good. Okay. And there's the next wave. Well, they should be... Oh, skirmishers, they know the drill. The fascination of the game. So, a castle here, right? Just as mentioned before. We'll go there. We'll go there. And, sorry, here we go. Just a little slow to react to this. And in we go. Welcome, welcome. We don't need this. Yes, everyone's chipping in. Alright. And then we will just produce these trash balls because we have a plenty of those. Oh, we have plenty of room for those. Few more houses. And perhaps a few more farms. Extra visibility. Right, the farms. And halberdiers coming up next. Eventually. Oh, we still have some ill positioned gather points. So a farm and these, and then some farms. In we go. They still only cost food, so, and they are very slow in comparison at least. Let's see how close we can get by going there and sneaking from there. So halberdiers, we need a castle on the hill just to defend our base a bit. And then we can start. Ooh, castle fire bullets. Yes, please. They even have murder holes. We almost got that, but not quite. Okay, so we are going to need some sort of real unit to... But for now we can save our resources for a while. Let's take that gold mine. Like this, and then we could produce the superior unit of oh, so university first, makes sense. Barracks, let's build a few more of those. And then suddenly this isn't the greatest unit anymore because it seems that can't really cut enough wood for our needs. Okay, so come here and help a bit. And then we are going to need more of these. Thank you very much. A few elephants could be gathering. Where is it? Here. And then we need more gold and who knows what. And you could actually, we don't need to repair too much. Just move there instead. And also we could... Ooh! Well, this has been going on for quite some time now. I'm afraid. But, so they have seen our need. Okay, let's just go. Okay. Now we can repair that a bit. In retrospect, a new university. And are we back in the work? No, not yet. Well, soon enough. And then we could get in there as well. Still lacking the armor and some other things. Let's build a few. Oh, no. Just let's take care of these first, since these are the vulnerable ones. Poor villagers, enjoying their lives, about to lose them. Back to work, very good everyone. Let's have a look over here. Okay. Well, that's trash if I ever saw any. Few extra houses and then more wood cutters. We could still be able, or we should still be able to produce this. Other fun, so let's just go there instead. Ooh, so what's happening here? Hello? Alright. Could we fetch that? Go there. Oh no. Okay. To take care of that. Extra farmers. Some hussar, why not? Some elephants. Alright. And in we go, and in we go. What's happening here? Let's just destroy that first. Let's go have a look over there. That's a handy upgrade to have. And then we could produce some. Oh! That's the ill side of having this patrol command. Right, so pikes. It's alright. Which is fine, but we could probably hand cannoneers. Yes. Let's just enjoy the fact that we have some resources to spend. Right. Are we lacking anything of value? Not really. Okay. Oh, sorry. Back to work. And there you go. So there's a castle, but could we still just go from there to here? So they have this nice eco in the corner, and they are relying on the Huns' superior bonuses when it comes to whatever. Nice reaction. Meanwhile, could you help your elephant friends a bit. Okay, well, this is one of the kind. One of those games, I'm afraid, where it's just going to have to patrol in and hope for the best. So, rams. Few elephants, and then halberdiers to support those. Also produce some scorpions, presumably, since we can afford those. Oh, you are dearly needed here. And you could help by killing these pointy guys. And then we could just take a defensive stance. No, and move back here. Few more villagers. Yes, a town center here. Some resources of any value. Let's get rid of that. Oh, but we don't have too much. Right. So, sea tram, yes. Heavy scorpion, yes. And then we will carry on with this. Okay. No. Oh, those poor people. So, more farms. And then we would help here as well, now that you're still alive. Few more barracks. Then the trash bows, just to make a statement. You could take some of that gold, despite the fact that we don't really need gold. But it's only a matter of time that we do. Ooh! All the idle villagers go there. Okay. Oh well, so they don't have too much resources anymore, it seems. And we just happen to be a bit lucky in a sense that we do. And then in we go. Ah, stone walls. There is this Finnish song that describes the way people spend their lives and their times in general. And let's have a few of these. And then some scorpions, some rams. And just patrol in. And then we just patrol in with these as well. Oh no. Oh, actually, let's not go there, but instead of doing that. Or we could produce some camels too. So it's a paladin clock. So that's what they have been preparing for. And do we have enough stone for... So we don't need villagers. We could go there, for example. There's still floating resources. Oh. Yeah, you could just go in there. And you could go there. And we could have some camels. And perhaps you could just walk in wherever it feels suitable to you. Since our problem is still, should we do Savar? Perhaps. Since they are flexing. Yeah, just go in. Back to the safety you go. And you could take care of that. Spears are doing like breaking a havoc. Okay, and in we go. Perhaps some people might take care of that too. And you could take care of those. Oh yeah, that's alright. And then next wave could help your friends during times like these. Very good. And then let's just patrol there. Here and there and forward we go. Oops, sorry. Like this. Some extra villagers just for the sake of it. And what else? Oh, there's a next wave. 100 villagers. Okay, you could go take care of this. Ah, right. Let's just go in from there. So meanwhile they are regrouping here. And I'm not impressed. Killing farms and everything. Okay, and then we could patrol there. Some more rams would be nice. In you go. So the castle is a gunner. And what then? Few more villagers. Right. Have they already taken this gold? This they probably have. Since we gave them some room. Let's go have a look. Some more trash bows. Just passing. Save your friends in need. Good. Oops. What else? Some elephants. Oh, yes. In you go. And you could do something of use here. Few farmers over there. So we just need to keep on producing. Let's see if we are able to do that. Oh, right. So here you are. Let's first go there and then rotate a bit. You could come here. Elephants, we need you. You take care of that, you go there. Oh no, we are going to lose this these villagers soon. Luckily we have power units of our own. Oh, there you go. And you go there, and you go there. That was a nice attempt earlier we had. So keep on clicking because we need units. So what's the thing here then? Still very little happening here. Losing some villagers, alright. Trying to go through the walls and it's... Oh, defensive castle. Right. And perhaps some of you could take this stone. And GG. So that was the last of their gold. Then. Alright. I don't agree with this cornering yourself and playing the late game. Giving up map control kind of play, but perhaps if that happened that faster, it would have been effective. So GG it was nevertheless, and score-wise it was very even as well. And it's exciting to see how it actually went down. Okay, so they were relying on their boom and we were giving them edge. But here, okay, so they stopped. Hold on now. Only 40 games. It's the start of a great career. Hopefully. So let's see. So they did the mistake that I did earlier of building this town center in the starting position, but close to the edge of the map. That's why we couldn't locate that either. That would have been nice. No farming space, but very secure. So poor scouting, but also they were really unlucky that the horse ran straight to the town center, because otherwise they would have gotten a great deal of sheep. So we have given up a minute and a half of idle TC time. They have played much more nicely. The approach was... Did they actually need market for anything, or was it just a, like this hybrid, or just making use of the space? There's a hole still. Oh, so they stole those. Well, what a lame move. But against Persians you need all the edge you can get. So they have pulled ahead this few villager lead, and we were just lucky to find this, since that didn't need to happen. Or they could have walled that out earlier. But now the eco kills are even, and they are losing the And those were almost finished. At least one of them was almost a bit finished. So they lost some initiative there. But only 2 villages have died in the process. But also because of this weakness, their knights aren't full health, and they also don't do raiding at our base as they should. Now that they still have some edge. And then we... There's a really curious moves. You don't usually see plays like this. But of course it helps you to funnel the aggression, or to tunnel it as well. Now looming those even more backwards. There's this heavy aggression in the form of 2 pikemen, but still managed to kill 2 knights, so it was quite costly endeavor to save the blacksmith. Nice farming eco, 2 townsenders. So this is just weird still, and I got lucky getting these pigs here and there, and now they are slowly, like, they think that we have map control when they should have it, since we only have archers and infantry units earlier, and they have this fast moving cavalry and also powerful army with that. So they were respecting us due to this early phase of the game, perhaps too much. Also, I don't like these cornered stables when it takes so long to get to the battle. But alright, so they have been expanding ever so slowly. We could have killed few villagers if we were there. But okay, 6-6 is the number. So here's the ill-timed castle, but great thinking by both of us. And luckily I was watching when that... Seems like a misclick has happened. But well. So now we are actually behind in villages. And the major difference is that they only have this code here. That's walled in. And that there. So we have map control. And thanks to these trash bows, we are not spending gold. So it could also be that it's true their assumptions of a bit. If only we had patrol, we could have killed a few villagers there instead of losing 10 archers. So that's why you wall. So we are now even in villager numbers. I just didn't realize that. We are losing the trash bows. That doesn't matter to me. But they're also floating resources. But now, if their army was here instead of cleaning these, I couldn't have had a chance to destroy these trebuchets. Despite the fact that those are just skirmishers and we are lacking upgrades. It's still 20 or so skirmishers that could have helped fend off this aggression. And then the elephants arrive. And the very costly push is dead for a while, and they also lost some villages, but we have lost quite a few ourselves. Of course these were idle, so that they don't count. And in we go, with a great timing, not very great micro necessarily, but okay, that went down. Well done. More stone walls. and suddenly they are down to 90 villages. So these raids were really important because they are producing more villages, but the momentum turned into our favor, and now they are producing trebuchets from like moving them back to the safety of their base. And we got through the walls, and we are not really doing much with that, but it's very difficult to control your army. Let me tell you, at all times, it's very difficult. And now if we had siege in place, we could be doing stuff, but we're still in the building phase. And now almost destroying those. Not quite, but almost. Applying some pressure here. And they have nice army numbers, but we have a nice patrolling going on here. But they can't really decide where we are fighting, and that's why they again lost these siege units. And now there are 70 villages behind. That's going to get better soon. And we don't really need this many units ourselves, but the amount of production buildings is, again, I'm not a fan of that. I understand that people do it, but I don't like it. And here we are throwing trash against each other. Having the trash bows was really good during the game for me, I would say. Just to have some damage dealing. This took me a while to realize. Damage dealing unit. Here we are probably attacking the gate. No, okay. Well played, all you Savar dudes. And they are not producing more villages, but they should be, because things are more grim than they look. But yeah, currently they have the access to cold, and they are about to win back this access to. But we have had more than half of the cold of the map available to us. Not that we have used it, but we have had an access to that. And like there are some, like, since they were fond of, oh, so market play was right, and then losing those gold miners, and that was that. Okay, so I should pay attention to resources when we are in this end game phase. Note to self. So where could they get more gold, for example, instead of just getting tired of spamming units next to each other, because their winning condition was slowly climbing further and further on the map and always securing their back when they go. And I could have used that into our favor instead of always for the last 15 minutes floating resources and throwing units dying left and right. Could have secured these positions, build castles, for example, like to get some map control or to show dominance in that manner. Now we were just packed, and they couldn't know that we were in a quite good position, since they got some kills. I don't know how many, 120 villages in total. So it was just thanks to our somewhat secure eco and the fact that we got 150 villagers in the at one stage that we managed to pull this off. But their boom was really good as well. They were only lacking resources and got busy trying to move their army to the correct position at times. So The paladins were often, or the main forces of the army were not necessarily where the battle was commencing. So I had a similar issue myself too, but I think we managed to pull that off with certain degree of or slightly betterly. Which is odd, or I think that if you play the mobility civilization or the mobility composition that they had at one stage, cavalry archers and cavalry in general, then they should be dictating where the fights take place. And perhaps that's what they were trying to do with these walls, so that we wouldn't be here destroying a market. Or here destroying a gate. And then they were forced to flee back. Or retreat to defend against that, and then losing some position elsewhere. And it could be that they thought that since we didn't drop any forward castles or anything, that we perhaps couldn't compete in this type of a warfare. But luckily we had huge forests around us. Well, slowly running out, but still. Alright, that would be it for us for the day. For it is time to have an additional different adventures as well. But in summarum, we got what, 3 games in. Is that right? Let's verify. So Land Nomad and first victory on that, I believe. Then we won on Step. No, on Arabia. I was really confused by that. So Land Nomad and Arabia were won, Step was lost, and Arena was won. So 3-1 is the record of this day. So surprising Arena win, which is great. And slowly we are climbing our way to greatness. Who knows? Alright. Thank you all for your companies, and hopefully you will have a pleasant evening ahead of you. From my point of view, evening. And stay tuned and have fun and see ya.